By day, he's Dewayne Collins from Brooklyn, New York, medical assistant.
If you missed it, Kid Flash is my name.
By night, he's rapper Kid Flash, CBS Sony recording artist. Today, Kid Flash brings his act to Gladiator Arena, along with 3 other awesome contenders. But Kid, it's gonna take a lot more than rap to rip the Gladiators. Just ask.
Saber.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley along with Lisa Molosky. Glad you could join us here at Gladiator Arena. Our second half season is now in full swing. Today, another preliminary seeding round match. All the pre-competition hype has gone to a man named Dewayne Collins. He calls himself Kid Flash, and he is brimming with confidence, but I think his good feeling is eminently dependent upon the Gladiators' mood.
You're absolutely right, and he will have some trouble with his competition today. His name is Mark Kilbort, a former NCAA All-American in both the pole vault and the decathlon.
On the women's side, the battle between Carla Shares and Bernie Wooster should also be exciting. More on that in just a bit, but right now the men are set. Event number 1, the pyramid. A look at our Gladiators atop this 32-foot structure. There's Mark Kilbort and Dewayne Collins. Saber and his partner Tank will do the honors.
First to the top, 10 points. Second to the top, 5.
Tower likens it to running in deep, wet sand. Both contenders and Gladiators will get a workout here. Here they come. Gladiators have to play man-to-man, and what a save Tank makes to wrestle Dewayne Collins to earth. Saber's got a hold of Mark Kilbort, loses his helmet momentarily. Both guys are flying. Oh, look out.
Oh, Mark went down.
No room to run, no place to hide for Mark Kilbort and Dewayne Collins. Interesting move there by Tank. He tried to scissor Dewayne with his legs. Kid Flash to the top for 10. We still got 20 seconds left to go on the clock. Saber's got Mark all wrapped up. Gotta let him go, gotta let him move again. Trying to send Mark all the way back to the bottom. He's got 10 seconds to go. Oh, man.
Mark is tired, Mike.
5 seconds. That is it, time expires. Dewayne Collins, Kid Flash, gets the 10, and in a big way. Lisa?
Mark, you're a salesman from Saratoga, California. What are you doing playing King of the Hill?
It's like a little kid in the candy store. It's fun for me. Going back about 10 or 20 years, but my dad said the same thing. What are you doing here? You're 32 years old. Should you be at the office, shuffling papers?
Did you have fun, though?
It was a blast. He's a tough guy. I heard the bell ring. I thought it was the end, but it was just someone winning.
Well, it was a lot of fun to watch, I'll tell you that. Let's take it up to Mike with Dewayne at the top.
Well, Lisa, you got to see the view from up here. I'll tell you, the rapper's got more courage than I do. Kid Flash, I know to write music, you got to be inspired, right? You ought to be able to write a rap song about the pyramid after this.
Up, up, and away!
Up, bye-bye. You rang the bell about 1,000 times. What you mean?
I try to ring it so hard. The king of the mountain. I feel good sitting up here.
So do I.
You know, and the view is good. You see all the girlies in the house. The Gladiator Arena is the place to be.
You did it, man. 10 points. Way to go. Let's go back down.
Look how easy that looks going down. Nice dismount, Mike. Those guys having a good time. Women up next, Bernie Wooster of San Francisco, CA. Carla Shares of Long Beach. There's Carla, 27 years old, 5'6", 125, a student and mother from Long Beach. And Bernie Wooster, 26 years old, 5'7", 135, a graphic designer from San Francisco.
And for the Gladiators, remind me not to do that again. It's Jazz and Sky.
Hey, Mike, it sounds like you need a little oxygen.
Here they go. Undaunted. Here comes Jazz. Here comes Sky.
Come on.
Gladiators have to play one-on-one. Jazz is taking care of her mother of her 10-year-old daughter, Richey. Bernie Wooster is going to go around this thing, maybe. Sky says, come on, bring it on, Bernie. Look out, Carla.
Carla's daughter probably wishes she was here.
30 seconds to go.
Come on.
Sky has got to make a move. Gladiators have to constantly stay moving. They can't stay on the same ledge. Oh, boy, Jazz and Carla both go flying, but they're all right. The pyramid made of sponge rubber. Carla Shares has got to break away. Jazz can't get it. Can't she ring the bell? 10 seconds to go. Oh, no, no. And down she goes all the way to the bottom. That is it, but an amazing effort by both Jazz, Sky, Bernie, and Carla. Holy cow.
Oh, yes. Yeah!
That is unbelievable.
My mountain.
Carla, you are a mother of a 10-year-old daughter. What in the world are you doing here playing King of the Hill?
Having fun. Feeling the beat of jazz, that's what. Feeling the beat of jazz. I'll get them, though. I'll get them. This is tough. This is a new event. It's worth every bit of it, though. I like it.
I'll tell you, everybody out here is working a good sweat up. I guess it's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. You try it.
Well, it's easy coming down, but it is a lot of work going up. Carla actually looks like she's going to make it, but Jazz closes the distance between the two of them, able to pull her off from behind.
Hawks in the locker room getting ready for our next event. He is our resident professor getting ready to teach Gauntlet 101.
The key to the Gauntlet is the contender here needs to get to here. But he has Hawk, Saber, Turbo, Tower, and Laser in his way. Now, is this contender going to get over to the finish? No, because he's going to be D-E-D. Dead.
Hey, I'm glad he wasn't an English professor, Mike.
He's also wrong about one of his Gladiator teammates. Laser's nursing a bum shoulder. His place will be taken in the Gauntlet by Tank. Dewayne Collins, Kid Flash up first. Saber, Tower, Turbo, there's the Tankster. Inside that Gauntlet.
Dewayne will have to use all his flash to get through this.
Saber gave him all kinds of problems. Tower almost knocks him out of the Gauntlet. He's already spent 10 seconds inside the Gauntlet. He's got to do it in less than 25 seconds to pick up any points. Ran directly into 245 pounds of Hawk. So the rapper got wrapped big time. Gladiators looking good.
Well, Hawk spelled the word incorrectly, but the result was pretty much the same. Dewayne Collins, by the time he gets by Turbo, is dead on his feet. Hawk there merely to add on the exclamation point.
Dewayne, I take it you will not be writing a song about that event.
I thought if I shook him a little bit, it would get through, but Saber, Tower, Turbo, and Hawk. You gotta be kidding me!
Well, Mark Kilbort's not kidding. An NCAA All-American in track and field back in 1981 and 82. He will try to use some of that here.
Gladiators, ready!
That athletic talent, that is. Saber working him over good.
Tower giving him all kinds of banging in there. Turbo is next. Mark gets by him, hurdles Turbo. Hawk trying to hold him up. Hawk doing a great job in the Gauntlet. Ducks low under Tank. Tank trying to keep him pinned. Does he make it? He had 1 second left on the clock. Gets 5 points for finishing the Gauntlet in 24 seconds.
A human carrot in a Vegematic.
I must not have fed these guys breakfast this morning. I tell you.
Good job. Great job.
He's tough.
Bent, spindled, mutilated, folded, and victorious, Mark Kilbort picks up his first points of the competition. Bernie Wooster and Carla Shares are looking for their first points. They're up and set for the gauntlet.
Bernie up first. Bernie grew up on a farm in Omaha, Nebraska. You see her, she trained horses, and she's laughing now, but she may not be laughing for long.
Because lurking within the gauntlet, ice, jazz, siren, zap. Sky's there too.
Ice had her pinned momentarily. She tries to brush Siren aside. Oh, and Nancy runs into Jazz there. Jazz doing a great job of holding her up. Bernie running out of time. She's been on the course already for 20 seconds. It does not look like she's going to get any points. Score one for our female quintet of Zap, Sky, Jazz, Siren, and Ice. They did their job and did it well.
And as Bernie heads back to the locker room, a look at the determined face of Carla Shares. She is hoping her small frame means small target.
Carla a little on the small side, but very quick. Whoa, she goes topsy-turvy over Siren. Runs into Jazz now. Can she get by 6'3" of Sky? Having her troubles, but still has plenty of time. Zap the final obstacle. She's done it, but has she done it in time?
Yes, she did. Just a shade under 25 seconds. She gets 5 points, and she got them the hard way.
No kidding. She trips over Siren head first and then faces Jazz. Not a very warm welcome either. But Carla knows what it's like to weave through traffic. She was a point guard at Long Beach City College.
Hit him from that outside jumper like Byron Scott. Yeah. All right.
Byron would love this shot. Whoop. There it is. Skytrack's next. Gladiator Arena is revved up as usual, upside down and go for broke. That's the name of the game in Skytrack. Dewayne Collins has a 5-point lead over Mark Kilbort in this race where beating the Gladiator means 10 points to the winner, 5 points if you finish second. Collins will be in lane 1, Kid Flash lane 2, our Gladiator Saber in lane 3, our former All-American in track and field, Mark Kilbort. The course made up entirely of Velcro. The Contenders and Gladiator with Velcro gloves and shoes.
All 3 men fast out of the blocks. But right now it is Dewayne Collins, Kid Flash with the early lead. Saber hot on his tail though. He's got that inside track and all 3 of them are even now. And Mark Kilbort has made the surge. He is the first to touch the sensor at the turnaround point. Look at Mark go.
Looks like he's getting a little tired there, Mike. Now he's got his feet going again. There we go.
Saber's getting a lot tired. The key for the Contenders and the Gladiator, keep as much body contact as you can with that Velcro surface. Mark getting very close to the finish line. He wins it. He wins it. Dewayne Collins finishes second. So Mark Kilbort gets 10 and Dewayne Collins 5 in a pretty hotly contested Skytrack race.
And here's a look at how the race developed. Dewayne Collins clearly in the lead. Mark Kilbort, though, on the inside track, making his mark, Mike.
And watch what happened when they reached the turnaround point. It was Kilbort who actually touches first as Dewayne got hung up, and that was the difference. Our women are buckled up for safety and set to go in their Skytrack race. Carla Shares with a 5-point lead over Bernie Wooster coming into this event.
There's Zap giving us a confident wave. Next to her, Bernie Wooster. She says she's number 1. She loves this event, but we'll see. Bernie in lane 3, the Zapster in lane 2, and Carla in white in lane 1.
Gladiator, ready!
But both Bernie and Carla looking good early on.
You know, Mike, I raced matched against Bernie in one of the scrimmages, and she kicked my butt.
And Zap right now, this is something of an upset, that's for sure. Trailing in third. Bernie the first to hit the touchline at the turnaround point. Now Carla. This is going to be a close finish. It depends on who negotiates the curves the best. Here comes Zap with a finishing kick. Bernie Wooster all alone on that outside lane, lane 3. She is going to get the 10 points as she crosses the finish line first. Zap finished second. Carla still hung up midway on the course. Grit and determination, the watchwords for Bernie Wooster. Her secret in Skytrack, constant contact, both hands and feet, with that Velcro surface.
She certainly does have perfect form, Mike. And that perfection paid off with a perfect 10. Bernie, a freelance graphic designer from the San Francisco Bay Area. She is also an aspiring bodybuilder. 6th place at a competition in California. She says she's mild-mannered, only to a point, though.
Gosh, I'm just too sweet. I don't want to hurt anybody, but hey, if that's what it takes.
Does she have what it takes to scale the wall? Our preliminary round competition continues with the wall. Our women will start things off. Bernie Wooster with a 5-point lead over Carla Shares. There's a look at the 32-foot edifice that faces our contenders.
Bernie smiling, she'll be chased by Siren, and Carla will be followed up the wall by Zap.
60 seconds the time limit. And if a contender's grip is strong enough and they're fearless enough, they can pick up 10 points.
Bernie told me before she went, Mike, that she has done some climbing, a couple amateur climbs. She's moving well, but look at Siren.
Problem is, yeah, the Gladiators are no amateurs. Very experienced. Bernie's still moving well. Siren right next to her, she would have to take a dynamic leap of faith.
Nice move by
To
Bernie.
pull Bernie off, and now she's in that middle section of this thing as Carla goes down at the hands of Zap. Bernie looking mighty good. I may have to eat my words here. I didn't think she was going to make it against Siren, but she's on her way, very close, 17 seconds left. Bernie Wooster, can she get up there? Yeah! Woo! That was great. That was just great climbing. Bernie, first of all, congratulations. You make it up to the top in a time of 52 seconds. Tell us a little bit about your climbing background and how that paid dividends for you in this event.
A good friend of mine, Scott Clark, taught me how to climb, and I learned how to climb in Iowa, of all places. And Scott, this was for you. Got to the top. Thanks.
Yo, I got 3 things to say. 1, 2, 3. Yo, it's just step after step. You know what I'm saying? It's time to throw the agility, get up the wall. My main man Hawk is after me. Right here.
Catch him.
You think so? Who do you think's gonna win?
I sewed a 10-pound plate in his
I'm
short.
from New York. Who do you think's gonna win? I got Hawk.
Dwayne, Kid Flash, is he selling wolf tickets, whistling in the wind, or does he have the talent to make it up the wall? He and Mark Kilbort are tied at 15.
Up and half off the tape. He's gonna go down. The new wall, the new tower. Contenders ready.
Nothing new about Tower. He's as efficient as ever. All 4 men set to go. Kid Flash struggling a bit.
Mark is moving very well. Speed, great placement.
Already he climbs over to that middle section. Hawk closing in on Dewayne Collins, but Kid Flash has made it to that middle section. Both men are going to make it to the top. Barring a slip, Mark is there first. Kid Flash there second. Oh, baby.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, my tower dog.
Well, it was nip and tuck early on, but eventually both Mark and Dewayne displayed enough skill to quickly lengthen the distance between themselves and Tower and Hawk.
Were they on the wall?
I had his handprint right on my chest from the ground, but that's the last time he touched me.
Were they? Hey, Mike, you mean to tell me they were after us?
Yeah, big time. Nice going, both of you.
Where do you find these guys? Get out here and fight like a man.
Peter Pan!
Peter Pan, I'm not so sure about. What I do know is Dewayne is a cardiology assistant, but most importantly, an up-and-coming rapper.
Hot flaming to the death row, I'm in control like the devil. I'm gonna sell your soul. Kid Flash is baking, boiling up a storm. Ice cold water, but I'm still warm and up. This rhythm of what I'm giving, cash money and girls, this how I'm living, sizzling.
15 seconds of fame, brought to you by Mark Kilbort, former NCAA All-American in both the decathlon and pole vault from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. His motto, never give up.
I think tenacity would be the one that would characterize me best. I think like the cartoon character Wile E. Coyote, the guy keeps on coming back, but in real life, tenacity will always make you prevail.
He'll need tenacity and more in our next event, the Tug-O-War, where the Contenders will try to pull the rope away from the Gladiator on those cantilevered platforms. Mark currently with a 5-point lead over Kid Flash. Dewayne Collins, Mark up first, and he draws the powerful Turbo. If Mark can pull Turbo off, or if he can pull the rope away from him, it's worth 10 points. If he can pull the flag to his side of the center line after time expires, he'll get 5. Tug-of-War brought to you by the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The best play here. The Gladiator starts off at the decided disadvantage of having his platform canted at about a 30-degree angle down. And Mark Kilbort is taking advantage of it so much so that he pulls Turbo off. So David slays Goliath. 10 points for Mark Kilbort.
Mark talked earlier about tenacity. Well, look at that determination on his face. He got the first grab, pulled Turbo off balance, and it was over. A major, major upset.
The Turbo not about to be out-tugged twice, but that's exactly what Dewayne Collins will try to do. He is up next.
Ready! Gladiator, ready!
Whoever gets off the mark the fastest usually has the early advantage. Dewayne Collins has got leverage working for him. Turbo desperately trying to get to the back of his platform. Able to pull the rope away from him, Dewayne, and off he goes. So you may beat him once, but you won't beat him twice.
Turbo, they got you once, but it wasn't going to happen a second time. I could see it in your eyes.
He's quite a competitor. I don't know if he didn't cost himself on that one with being over-aggressive. This is very, very tough event here. We're talking borderline equal. These guys are tough.
Good job. Thanks.
Magnanimous in defeat, always gracious in victory. Turbo gets the job done against Dewayne Collins, despite the fact that those platforms are canted in the Gladiators' disadvantage early on. Nice job by the man. On to the women we go. Bernie Wooster with a 15-point lead over Carla Shares. Bernie up first. Setting the tug, having a few smiles. They won't last long against this woman. It's ice, ice, baby.
Contender ready!
Again, 30 seconds, the time limit. And Ice is going to try immediately to go to the back of her platform, and does. That puts her on a little more even terms now with Bernie, but Bernie's a big, strong farm girl, originally from Omaha, Nebraska.
She's not letting up, Mike. Taking her time.
She's got to pull that rope to her side of the platform to win the tug. And she does by a couple of inches. It's on her side. She out-tugs Ice and picks up 5 points.
So another huge upset on the women's side. As you can see, the platform is cantilevered in Bernie's favor. As a result, the flag ends up on her side, good for 5 points.
Ice mighty serious after Bernie was able to out-tug her. Now Carla Shares, who's giving away about, well, let's just say a lot of weight and strength and just about everything else. But again, initially, the Contender has the advantage here because of the cant of the platforms. Ice trying to get the quick draw. Carla moving to the back of her platform. Leaning back, using all of her body weight to negate Ice's strength. 15 seconds to go. Ice trying to hang on, waiting for a chance to make a counter pull of sorts. Carla goes off the end, lost her balance. I think she tried to do that on purpose to maybe pull Ice off, and Ice hangs on to win it.
Ice, that was a great performance, but what a struggle. That's a tough event.
It's a very tough event, Lisa, and the whole key is to get your weight back there on the back leg. But she was hard. She was really hard. I almost lost it, and when I went to gain here, she fell off. I would have rather had the win another way, but hey, I'll take it the way I can get it.
Ice, baby.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. Next time they're pulling this way off.
Can the Gladiators keep it going? We'll find out. Swingshot in a moment. A look at Turbo and Tank atop their towers. It's time for our bungee event Swingshot. Their mission to stop Dewayne Kid Flash Collins and Mark Kilbort from scoring. 60 seconds the time limit where contenders spring from their towers and try to grab the red, blue, and yellow balls attached to that center cylinder.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Here they go, and Turbo so accomplished in this event. Knocks Dewayne off course. Mark able to grab one of the yellow ones. And with Turbo up there, the contenders just don't get a chance.
You're absolutely right, Mike. He times that perfectly.
Well, he crosses the plane, the mid-plane of this bungee jump course, and look at Mark Kilbort. He picks up not one but two blue balls, and he puts them both in the scoring bin.
Dewayne went for the red and missed the yellow and blue. He's deking him out, Mike.
Kid Flash keeps trying to reach for that red one, which is worth 3 points, and can't get it. Mark got a big smile on his face but he doesn't get that last blue ball in the scoring bin. So that's the end of things, but what a go-round for Mark Kilbort and Dewayne Collins. Dewayne got shut out, but it wasn't his problem. It was the fact that he was going up against Turbo. Turbo, maybe one of these days this event's going to become a national pastime. If that's the case, you'll get to write the manual on how to do this thing correctly.
I tell you, this is probably the most fun I've ever had in my life. You know, everybody, especially the young kids, have this Michael Jordan image all over themselves. I can leave the floor and go higher than he can and hang longer.
You shut out 2 straight contenders. If you were a contender, what would your strategy be against yourself?
I would climb up a different tower and go against another Gladiator.
I don't blame you. Nice work, as always.
Thank you very much.
Ready to fly high and soar for more. Bernie Wooster and Carla Shares are perched atop their Swingshot platforms. Bernie with the big lead, 20 points going into this event for the Glads. It's Ice and Jazz. Both contenders demonstrated a real facility for this game in the practice sessions. And look at Bernie and look at Carla. Bernie gets 2 balls, a blue and a yellow one, and puts them in the scoring bin, or is about to. Carla had a blue one, and she gets another one. Beats Ice to the punch. Oh, Jazz, a great swing there, tying Bernie up. Here comes Carla again.
Oh, she got it.
And they've been watching this on television in the past because they got the technique down, Lisa.
Absolutely.
Grab the ball with your right or left hand and then put it in your mouth on the way back to the tower.
That's right. And they're coming straight down, getting right up, coming back.
15 seconds to go. Here they come, all 4 women.
And it's Carla who walks away with yet another score. She has been terrific. She needed the points coming into this event, and she's got another one.
She's got a basket full over here, Mike.
Ice and Jazz are huffing and puffing. Carla Shares finally has the big day, the big event she was looking for. Way to go, Mom. Way to go.
Carla, you really needed those points. I think you made your daughter Riche very proud.
I hope so. I love you, Riche. All right, Long Beach.
You said you loved this game.
I love it. I like it. I redeemed myself. All right.
Let's see if she loves Crunch Time and Zap.
Sure, I think you can be an athlete and be sexy. Don't you think so? See you on the beach.
Crunch Time here at Gladiator Arena. Our Crunch Time event is Powerball. Our women will start things off. Bernie Wooster with the healthy lead on Carla Shares. But Carla's got the quicks and could excel in this event and narrow that gap, if not take the lead. For the Gladiators, it'll be the trio of Sky, Ice, and Jazz. They're set to go in this 45-second game. There's the scoring breakdown.
Referee Larry Thompson gets the match underway, and tough going early on for our two contenders. Remember, this is the last event before the Eliminator. Carla and Bernie get one in, but that one by Bernie doesn't count because her knee touched first.
She's wrapped up.
Ice, yeah.
No, let her go.
20 seconds to go. Sky spins Bernie around, and then she and Carla almost knock each other out, but Carla was able to sneak by to score again. Bernie stopped by Jazz. We're at 5 seconds now. That is it. Bernie's down, but not out. Carla gets up slowly with a big smile on her face and gets a great hug from Jazz. That's terrific to see. Carla Shares gets the measure of Bernie Wooster, and she needed the points going into the Eliminator.
Well, Carla did what she needed to do. Watch the quicks. First, nice behind the back switch with the ball. She beats Ice, but she doesn't do it again to Sky. No way. Sky didn't buy it.
6 inches, you're taller than Carla Shares. She ducked under you a couple of times. Tough to find her.
She was. I mean, that's the way they try to play me. They try to go low, but you know, Sky has no limits, and she goes down with them. And when they go down real hard.
One for all and all for one. Nicely done.
Mark Kilbort with the big lead over Dewayne Collins as our men will try to strut their stuff against our three Gladiators in Powerball. Go Kid Flash, our rapper from LA.
And it is definitely do or die time for him right now, Mike.
Payback time! Payback! Just another day at the office, right here. This is my office, right here.
Joining Tower's office, Tank, who's taken Laser's spot. Laser with that banged up shoulder.
Boy, how did Mark get out of Turbo's grasp? Tower momentarily lost his helmet. That allowed Mark to score again. Tank doing a good job to wrap him up there. Dewayne making all kinds of moves on Turbo and just can't get away. Now he does.
Right in the middle.
He goes all the way to the center cylinder, and we've still got 15 seconds to go. Turbo pinning Dewayne back in his own area, and that is it. Rough and tumble, but well played. And a great display of sportsmanship at the end. Our rap artist.
My ribs? Well, I got that one in the middle. It's in the middle, baby.
For Kid Flash, it was hats off and heads up. He nearly loses his protective helmet, and then the heads up play. He sees that center cylinder uncovered.
Dewayne, you were making moves out there looking like Emmitt Smith. Tell those armchair quarterbacks back home how you did it.
With pain. Turbo hit me so hard, I thought I'd get hit by a Mack truck, then a Volkswagen ran over me, and then a semi-truck hit me named Turbo, and then Hawk just laid back and like, ah! I'm like, hey, this is on, straight from live from California.
Well, you made it look fun. Thank you very much,
It was
Dwayne.
fun, though. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Kid Flash heading towards the locker room, getting ready for the Eliminator. We'll have that next.
You know, once these prelims are over, our contenders will be seeded 1 through 8 as our elimination round begins. Our second half champions will meet first half winners Wes Berry and Kim Tyler for the American Gladiator Crystal.
I'm cool under pressure because
I'm ice.
when I show my soft side, I
Cry.
When I let loose, I
Get wild.
My favorite movie is
Hook.
when I kick back, I throw in a CD of
Bruce Springsteen.
the key to breakthrough is
Being tough.
7 events down and 1 to go, and it's the best of all, the Eliminator, the toughest of all. Carla Shares and Bernie Wooster going down to the wire, both women gunning for the top seed in the next round. Carla has come on like gangbusters in the last 2 events. Can she keep it up here in the Eliminator? She's with Lisa right now.
Carla, you were terrific in Swingshot.
Thank you.
For the only points in Powerball, you are on a roll and must be very confident right now.
Yes, I'm ready to roll. This is it. This is all my energy. I'm gonna catch her. I'm a catcher.
Go for it.
Well, Lisa, if spirit has anything to do with it, Carla Shares will catch Bernie Wooster. Bernie not about to give up that lead, however. And the Eliminator is brought to you by Twix Cookie Bars, one of life's great kicks, Twix. On course for the Gladiators, there's Siren and Zap. They're there to impose a 10-second penalty should the contenders fall off the handbike. Again, Bernie getting the 4.5-second head start, and here comes Carla. Can she be the come-from-behind kid? Bernie's got the power to move the VersaClimber. Carla, the grit and determination. Down the slide and out of the handbike, Bernie Wooster. Can Carla catch up? She's made up some ground. She's getting closer. Bernie touches first. She's the first across the cylinder, but Carla goes down. Now she's really got her work cut out for her. Carla's struggling to get back up. She's finally made it. Bernie now down the zip line. This is the only respite the contenders get during this Eliminator. And they've got to land correctly. About the only thing that could do Bernie in right now is the treadmill. Here comes Carla. She could make it close if Bernie has problems here. And, oh, come on, Bernie. Keep on pushing, keep on pushing. Oh, so close and yet so far. The door is open for Carla Shares. Does she have enough stamina? She goes down. Bernie needs to make it this time and can't do it. Carla pushing, pushing, pushing. She's made it.
Bernie, meanwhile, is struggling. She is not going to make it up the treadmill.
Carla Shares comes from behind to win the Eliminator.
You saw her bubbling with exuberance at the start of the race. She made good on her promise as she beats Bernie.
Carla, that was one of the most exciting athletic events I have ever seen, and you were part of it.
I said I had to catch up. Said I had to do it. This is for Long Beach. I love you, Mama, and Richey. Thank you, Gladiator organization. Yeah.
Thank you, Carla.
Carla speaking to her mom, Shirley. Carla Shares coming on strong to win the Eliminator here at Gladiator Arena. And there she is with her daughter, Richey. A common woman doing a most uncommon thing.
On the men's side, Kid Flash, Dewayne Collins, and Saratoga, California sales manager Mark Kilbort have gotten high marks for their athleticism, but it's the kid who has to come from behind. Is the rapper up for the challenge? Let's find out with Lisa Milosky.
Dewayne, you are a cardiology assistant. I want to know what's going on with your heart right now.
My heart's, I guess my pulse is about 120. But I got a little time to rest with this head start he's gonna get. But once I get to that cargo net, I'm definitely gonna pump up the volume.
Can't wait to see it.
If anybody can pump up the volume, it's our rapper from Los Angeles, Kid Flash, Dewayne Collins. On course, there's Tank and Turbo. They're gonna lay down the law, or certainly a 7-second penalty if our contenders fall off that hand bike. And we're on our way. 10.5 seconds. You can see Dewayne chomping at the bits. Here he comes. Obviously a lot of ground to make up. And it's not easy to do on the Versa Climber. Mark Kilbort, 32 years old, Saratoga, California. Former NCAA All-American in the pole vault and decathlon in 1980 and 81. Demonstrating to the crowd here in Gladiator Arena why. He's reached the zip line. Kid Flash giving it his all, trying to catch up. I don't think it's to be today, because Kilbort has got it going. He is flying through this course. Up to Treadmill, no problem. The Tarzan swings through the barrier. He wins it. His time, 57 seconds, and that is smoking.
Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
And now it's the rapper's turn to break the barrier. And he too turns in an excellent time. 1 minute and 2 seconds. Congratulations to both men. Lisa?
Mark, you said before any of this competition even started that you thought your best event would be the Eliminator. Well, I think you showed us why today.
Yeah, it was a lot harder than I thought all those events beforehand. It really makes a difference. And it just kept on going.
You were very impressive. From a former decathlete, I'll tell you, how do you compare?
This is a lot harder. It's really hard. It's like the 1,500 and the quarter back to back.
It was terrific. Thank you, Mark.
So Mark Kilbort may be a tough man to beat when our next round begins. He certainly has a bona fide shot to grab that top seed in the next round. Coming up next week, however, more exciting preliminary seeding round action. Until then, for Lisa Milosky and all of us here at Gladiator Arena, hang tough, stay hungry, and we'll see you again next week here on AG.